no law that WORLDCOIN has violated by doing what they are currently doing in Kenya, collecting data from Kenyans without permission from any authority. 2, today, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Interior has been reported as saying that the actions by WORLDCOIN are questionable, and therefore investigations are being undertaken. So therefore, if we come here again and ask for responses from the 2 Cabinet Secretaries who appear to be at cross purposes, speaking at cross purposes, to be having different positions on this single issue, which is of greatest concern to Kenyans, then what are we doing? In my view, this is an issue that therefore doesn't require any further statement from either of those 2 Cabinet Secretaries. As a House, we just need to undertake a very thorough and expeditious investigation and summon everybody else who could be responsible or be involved in these nefarious activities. Mr. Speaker, I need your direction, because if we take the line we are being pushed to take of seeking for some statements or answers from 2 Cabinet Secretaries who have already differed, they have already fundamentally differed. The Honorable Professor Kindiki Kithure is called who? Oalo. Kithure and Oalo have already differed on the matter of WORLDCOIN. So who do we believe? Who will the public believe? Is it Kindiki Kithure or Eliud Oalo? Who? Neither. If we shall believe neither of the 2, then it behoves the appointing authority of those 2 gentlemen to then give us a response to this issue. Because it's a very serious matter, Mr. Speaker. It can't just be treated in the light manner it is being treated. I'm on a point of order, Honorable Wakili. Just be patient. Yes, it is important that at every single moment the country is made aware of the position of government, because government can only be one. Whether we recognize it or not, government can only be one. And there's no single day that a government positions can be contradictory. A government cannot have 2 contradictory positions on a single issue, and as serious as this one. So before the settlement, the question goes to whoever is supposed to go to, we need to be told what is the position of government, even before we attempt to do what we are trying to do now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I want to applaud the questioner, the chairman of the young parliamentary.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wanted to raise a point of order, but basically just to also get the direction of this House on whether, Mr. Speaker, is the matter now mature for debate, so at least we either bring the 2 CS in Parliament, or we get a clarification. But therefore, Mr. Speaker, my concern here is that the fact that there is a company coming to this country to harvest data for young people with a promise for monetary support, to us, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think we are just exposing ourselves so much in terms of data harvest, because we don't even know what they're going to do. Number 2, this is another story about the Bitcoin story, whereby you put in money, you get it into double, but you don't even know what value you're adding, because this is a pyramid scheme whereby you are promised heaven, but there's no value proposition on how our people are getting their money. I think the end game needs to be clear. We cannot be able to allow the students to come to this country and just do all manner of things. Mr. Speaker, sir, therefore, I seek for your guidance on whether this is a matter ready for debate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I've actually read this matter on social media, Mr. Speaker, and makes me believe that this country will become a country of surprises. Surprises of cartels of similar of Magargarian and Sagarchan, where people come in the form of a company, take data from our young people and pay 7,000. Mr. Speaker, I think we can leave the Cabinet Secretary for ICT, and I think Professor Kindiki was right to suspend. I will want to also to beseech you, Mr. Speaker, that the same Minister for Internal Security should now close all the borders to ensure that the Sarkarshans, the people called WORLDCOIN who came to take data from our people, are actually secured so that they don't run away from the country, because this is a very serious matter, Mr. Speaker, and I want to tell you it may be even data to wipe out information on the portal, similarly like the one that happened to the e-citizen, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is now a security matter for Kenya, where the head of state in this matter should be involved, so that the borders of Kenya and the tax that come to take data for Kenyans are actually secured, so that they can be arrested to answer why they are taking. And I want to use this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to call upon the young people of Kenya, including the young parliamentarians, to ensure that they don't again and again be taken cheaply and given money that you do not know who actually made the money and for what reasons. And I'm told, Mr. Speaker, when you are actually, your data is taken up to including your eye, one day you will also go and you will become blind. So the youth of Kenya, be cautious on what you take, Mr. Speaker. And I want to say it is a serious matter that requires our attention, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
For this statement, but let me be quick to say that what happened yesterday with the WorldCoin, which is closely associated with the cryptocurrency, which has been banned and is also having challenges around the world in terms of its credibility, was bad for this country, because it exposed us in a very, very bad way that somebody, some company, some private person can walk in and take data and walk away with it without supervision or any authorities looking into it. Yet we have the Data Protection Department, which should have actually taken care of this. As on whether we need the two ministers to come and answer in Parliament, Honourable Speaker, it is our responsibility to have them come here, whether they are differing or not. Government is one, but if they have different opinion on it, it's still very well placed that they come here and we hear their opinion on this. And still yet, Honourable Speaker, we have a right as the House to even make our own inquiry using our committees. And therefore, that should not in any way subside or reduce our effectiveness in dealing with the matter. It's a matter that requires urgent need, and it has to be dealt with. This exposes us as a country to a situation whereby we can be exploited without any defense. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
I also rise, and yesterday, Mr. Speaker, I went on Hansard really questioning how did we allow, who approved for the private company to be able, have we done public participation? Does it mean in financial matters, Mr. Speaker, we don't do public participation? Because in everything in this country, you realize, Mr. Speaker, we end up in court if we have not done public participation. So how did we, and who are these officers who approved? And this is not just at KICC. These guys are in all the hubs. At the hub in Karen, Mr. Speaker, we have a team there collecting. We have a team in every of the malls that you see, Mr. Speaker. Our young people were there and their data were being taken. Mr. Speaker, as much as we are talking of Shakahola, we will get another Shakahola in this one now. A Shakahola that we don't know, of young people who have no idea why they are being given money, who have no idea after they have received the money, the $65, you cannot withdraw, you cannot do anything with it, Mr. Speaker, yet already you have received. So, Mr. Speaker, if somebody has come to collect data in Kenya so that he can go around the world saying, I have numbers, people have joined in, the way we were doing Bitcoin and the rest, I think it is very wrong. And before anything, we want even the government to just tell us, who are these people? Who are they? And their names, where they've come from, the country, and why is it they are not doing it in their country, but they can come and do it in a third world country called Kenya. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I want to congratulate my good brother, Honorable Gitonga Mukunji, as the newly elected interim KYPA chairperson. Young leadership must offer integrity as an irreducible minimum. Honorable Speaker, artificial intelligence is a complex issue. Artificial intelligence is a matter that we have not even canvassed as far as the terms of our data protection laws are concerned, Honorable Speaker. I do not understand how a company, a private entity, entered our sovereign soil, started harvesting the data of our young people, exploiting the economic situation, promising them heaven. Most of the young people are just saying it's just a scan on my iris. So I go, I get scanned, and I get some Kenya shillings 7,000. Honorable Speaker, we must be told by the CS, the two of them, why did they allow that? How much data has the private company, as I speak, harvested? We need to know, and they cannot leave this nation before we have that information. Honorable Speaker, we do not know what they will do with that information. They are on record, the company, saying that they do not even, or they cannot provide sufficient information as to how they are going to develop the human IDs that they claim they will develop. They are saying that they want to build a single world currency. But Mr. Speaker, and maybe a honorable member has gone to the extent of saying maybe our young people will just disappear, vanish into thin air, you know. Honorable Speaker, we must ensure we protect them because we are the people who have been elected to represent their interests, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.